Okay, we're going to start with the book of Acts, and I'll tell you a little bit later about some of the matters relating to what kind of assignments that you'll be required to do. It won't be too bad. In Romans, some of you had. We had a big, thick book, and this is a real thin book. I looked at this and almost felt embarrassed. But, you know, don't worry about it. A couple hundred pages over against 1,000 pages. You can do this, I think. Also, read the book of Acts. I expect you to do that. Now, if you can, read it in Greek. For those of you who don't know Greek, then that will be a trouble. If you do know Greek, it may still be a trouble for some of you. But that's okay. How many have knowledge of Greek in here? Let me see your hands. Put your hands up. One. No, I'm talking about reading the Greek New Testament. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's half of us. So we win. You don't have to know Greek to do that, okay? But on the other hand, it would be helpful if you can compare it. What I will do is as the course continues, I will be referring to things from the Greek Testament. You will have to be prepared to at least listen to what I'm saying if you don't know Greek. I'll try to give you the meaning and the sense and the substance, like Ezra reading to the people. In the book of Ezra, remember, he read the text to them and gave them the meaning. So sometimes you'll have to rely upon me for that. But without even that, there's going to be a lot of very important issues on the synthetic study of the book, understanding of movement in the book, the history in the book, the whole difference between a straight book on theology and a theological history. And we'll talk about what that means. There's a lot of introductory kinds of questions we will go through tonight, and then we will continue on. It's my intent to get through the introductory material and all the way, if we can, Deo Volente, if God wills, through chapter 2. That's as far as I want to make tonight. And chapters, if you'll look in your book, under the chapters, we'll get through chapter 2 tonight, and that means starting at page 37, we hope to do then 37 all the way through the end of the beginning by tomorrow night. Friday night I will cover the main section 2 where it says the early growth, Palestine and Syria. And then I see Saturday getting as far as I can into the next section. Hopefully we can get a lot of that done. So, let me make one adjustment here. I know that I'm having to get this focused in a little better. How's that? Is that better? What I'm going to need to do is I need to get this up higher. If I can get something to put under here. That right there is what I want. Or here, I'll use my own. Now I need something like this. And let me see if I can. Maybe about as good as I'm going to get. All right. Now, not quite ready yet. It's going to free it up in a second. Okay, let's talk about the issue of the chronology of the apostolic age first. We have a breakdown from various sources as to the datings in the Acts of the Apostles. And there's difference of discussion. We'll talk about the titles and those things in a moment. But the chronology takes us essentially from the time of the resurrection of Christ, immediately thereafter, in the intervening 40 days, before the Feast of Pentecost, up through the beginnings, or the beginnings of Paul's work, let's say, in Rome, in which he was a prisoner. That takes us up to the early 60s, probably 62. So now, it depends on when you date the death of Christ. I date it probably about AD 33. Some date it AD 30. That's